There we go, it should be fixed. And I broke my TF2 audio, 1 second. Nothing ever works. Can you just let me know real quick if the audio is coming through in the stream? Okay, is the voice coming through too? Test, test, test. Testing. I have the Discord muted so it doesn't create a loop back for you guys. Okay, good initial damage, good bomb in.
4, 3, 2, 1. Control point enabled.
Okay, second in the mid fight here. You guys don't really commit to the fight enough. Show you what I mean. So here's what I'm talking about. Second stage of the mid fight, their soldier bombs you guys. Your scout and pyro start denying it, and your medic is low. But you guys all sort of start. Your medic kites Shudder, and then your scout and pyro are like kiting toward toxic. You guys need to just stay together, play closer to Shudder behind your heavy, and actually support him. Also for your heavy, if you could look at if you're healthy at the end of the mid fight. Look at the bomber if you can. Don't keep shooting their Shudder once the fight is half over.
4, 3, 2.
Heavy did a good job on that second stage. If he's still alive, shoot the bomber.
Alert. The control point
Your med kicking out was good there. Like, I'm upset with your meta. I'm just saying your pyro and scout can't split up like that. Just stay closer behind your heavy if you can. Okay, you guys are coming fast, it's good. Okay, you send your soldier back to kill the players behind. Nobody. Okay, good pinching the players behind. Good on Phantom for waiting. Okay, in the meantime, we're just gonna go back and see what your demo died to.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Okay, your demo is playing really far forward while there's still players behind. Your demo just needs to take a second to like stand farther back on the point and trap their Shudder. And then your med can play left side, sort of near toxic. That way if the sniper peeks open Shudder, your medic can kite ramp really fast. Okay, now the rest of your team here, I'm watching your pyro, heavy, and engineer just peeking sight lines with no regard for the fact that your demo has no control here. Like, your demo's dead, you guys should not be swinging over your ramp like this. You guys should just be... You should either be sacking for the med, or you should be leaving to preserve your ad. Or taking the exchange once their med drops on crates. Like, if your pyro engineer hadn't fed, you could just use and kill this med right now. You guys can be peeking early like that. Okay, and then there's another problem. Your sniper and medic have just lost all of the players around them, and they're staying in ramp. If your sniper didn't hit that shot right now, you would have got first, and that would have been worthless. Next time, just leave if you're down players. But okay, I don't know what's going on with the calls here. If your demo calls that they're pushing into across point, your heavy needs to only look at that. Leave the players behind for your mobile flank classes. Like, you guys were just, nobody was shooting anything with your demo there. Also, for your medic, if your demo's in that situation where he's being pushed across point and nobody's helping him, you may just have to pop there. It would have been completely reasonable to just force there and save your demo. And again, it's almost the exact same scenario here with your heavy. Your heavy tries to solo the players on point and then gets dropped. And then you use in your scout and pyro, and with none of your combo lives, so there's no post fight at all. I'm not sure why you waited so long to use. Then, again, we're causing a lot of staggering here, so your scout is jumping on roof before anybody else in the team is ready to pressure. Your engineer is dropping into lower with there's no reason to be down there. Your demo's peeking vents with nobody to support him. These players all need to be more patient. You need to actually send pressure shutter and pressure ramp and then get ready for a push. Or you could be sacking if you know their med's low. If you don't know that, don't sack. Okay, your spy goes in, gets 2 really valuable picks, so your heavy starts to peek shutter. That's good. Your demo and scout are swinging wide, this is good. Then, if you can, get the beam on your demo right away. Okay, not terrible. You do get the med. That's good. Just get that beam on your demo a little bit faster if you can. As soon as the enemy sniper dies, your medic should feel comfortable peeking vents a bit more. Okay, really good bomb from Phantom.
The control point is being contested.
Not sure why Phantom is running through lower and then jumping on the vents. This is a little bit premature. Help your team cap and get your crit heals instead. Okay. So right here, it would be pretty reasonable for their team to sack. They have some downtime while they're building Uber. So getting really forward here doesn't make a lot of sense. The reason why is because your spy is not in position to call anything. You can't play forward if you don't have calls on what they're doing. And so what I would do instead is I would have my engineer and sniper go play on bats. My engineer babysits to keep the spy away. And then my medic plays anti-sack and shutter, and my demo keeps trap on their shutter so that you don't get dropped. Okay, they don't really sack properly. now they start to sack. Good deny.
Our control point has been captured.
Now you can get forward. Now is a good time. They're down their sack classes, and if you play forward, you'll stuff their Uber really well. Even better, another great time to play forward. You just got the sniper pick, and you guys could just deny their shutter. I don't really see a point having your pyre on roof here. Their soldier is already dead, so there's almost no chance they're going to stack over roof. Your pyre doesn't need to be here. Also, your engineer is already sitting here to deny. So have your pyro play forward if you're heavy and demo, and actually stuff them in their shutter. Don't let this Uber come. Don't air blast the Uber away, but actually like get in their faces and chase them. Like, what is this? You're flashing your pyro, but there's no aggression. And then post Uber, there's no spy check. That's crazy. Have your pyro thrown in prison. Really nice aggression from your heavy in the post fight here. That's what I want to see. Your pyro needs to not play the middle ground approach. Your pyro needs to be very aggressive in the Uber, get in their shutter and actually do something, or play passive and then like spy check the post and keep your players safe. Your pyro did not balance that very well. Okay. Your heavy here is you're way too forward when your demo's dead. And you know that you have ad, or at least you should, because their med died, that they're gonna sack, and you can't be the only one forward if they're sacking. You either need to have all your players forward, trapping their shutter, or you have to be passive and like killing the sackers. Okay, your scout died to deny the bomber. That's a worthwhile death. Okay, your med's getting out. That's good. Phantom, it looks like you are getting ready to sack. That's gonna be fine. Your pyro, I think you're gonna defend speed here. This is if this is a stall play, that's fine. Your engineer at this point either needs to be leaving or committing to the sack with your pyro. Phantom, at this point, you should be effectively main calling. Like, if you're about to sack, make you're calling this. Oh, you don't. Okay. The body language is very confusing there. So, if you have players like your engineer and pyro sitting in ramp and they're not like sacking with you, that could occur. You can't have players feeding in ramp if they're not actually doing anything. Now you guys sack. Okay, your spy's a little late on the sack. Okay, so the sack plan there was good. It's just you either need to sack a little bit earlier when your pyro engineer are still alive, or you need to sack later once they've respawned. Having those players ramp, just provide the slightest distraction, is going to make your sack a lot better. Also, having your heavy, you could have your heavy get buffed and peak shutter during the sack. That's also really good. It's just you two basically, your bombers went in alone. That can't happen. It's bad. It would be totally fine to run another sack here, but to do that, you're gonna need to get some pressure in ramp or your shutter, ideally both. Looks like you're gonna sack. Your heavy's gonna peek shutter with your sniper. That's the plan. Okay, sack. Okay. So it looks like your heavy and sniper peaked a little bit late, and also your spy came in a little bit late. You guys gotta try and get in the sack earlier if you can. in any capacity. It doesn't matter if you're not shooting the med. If you're doing, if at least if you're like doing something, doing damage to somebody, distraction for your bombers.
Stand on the bloody point, I didn't need your help, you know.
And I assume it's Phantom calling the countdown on the bomb. Make sure that if players aren't listening to you, they need to like turn up your volume or something, because that's the most important game. For your engineer, stop building mini sentries on bats, especially in this corner on the left town health pack side. These don't do anything. They don't deny anything because there's sheet metal here, and they're just easy to spam. If you're trying to play like anti-bomb, put the mini on the barrels back here. And if you're trying to actually protect your sniper, go play in the corner over here instead. Go play by this ramp, because most of the spies are going to decloak below bats, and you'll catch them if you're playing in the corner. And if somebody bombs your sniper, they have to bomb over top you, so it's an easy shot. Yeah, this mini sentry is a lot better. This is what a lot of engineers play like this nowadays. It's terrible. I hate it, but it's effective.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
We did it, mate.
I'm gonna rewind because I was waffling about engineer gameplay.
Our control point is being captured.
Okay, during my waffling, you guys took an exchange shutter. Yeah, okay. So post-fight, the post-fight was going okay until you guys like overstayed your welcome and shutter. Your heavy needs to not hold the shutter open during the post-fight. He needs to keep the shutter closed and start spy checking immediately.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
You desperately sack your soldier and don't get anything. That's pretty expected. It's not reasonable to expect your soldier to get the med there. Okay, wrangled mini on vents with your team not there is completely useless. You're making a target for yourself. You're ruining your crit heals and you're creating no space for your sniper. Stop doing that. Okay, your spies cross behind, your heavy's being shutter. Okay. Where's the rest of your team? Why? So I'm seeing like your heavy and spy had perfect coordination, and then none of your other players on bats were actually. You guys have to swing when your heavy's opening shutter and your spy's calling the decloak. If your spy's not calling that decloak, do it. That is, the timing was perfect. And then like your demo's doing so much damage swings, but he just swung too late. And same with your pyro. Your pyro needs to. Your pyro and medic need to actually like get in a little bit if you can.
Mission ends in 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The control point has been captured.
The refight, the attempt to refight the last second was actually sort of like good. Was like good timing. It's just you guys didn't have the Uber to do it. Good damage from your demo. A little bit of fear is going here, so if their demo's low, I should be seeing your scout and heavy literally holding W into his face and killing that guy. There's no hits on the enemy demo. That has to change.
1. The point is now available. Alert. The control point is being contested.
And then your demo is swinging vents for some godforsaken reason when there's like no team around him. If you're gonna refight, do it from shutter. Unless your team is around you, then you can push bats, but if you have the option of pushing shutter, it's almost always better. Good cleanup of the flankers. Okay, you have died, so if I was in your shoes, I'd be looking to send my soldier ramp. Clear out all the ramp players, because there's usually a spy in there. And then get ready for the post fight. Post fight, you can jump over the roof, land in their vents, and do whatever you want. If you're a sniper, just stay back a little bit, get healthy, and then come in swing for post fight. Or your scout and demo should be looking to take the exchange through shut. And to be perfectly frank, your engineer needs to like play either ramp with your sniper or play back of bats with your sniper and stay healthy for the fight. This mini sentry is fuck all. Okay. Good exchange. Have your sniper playing vents for post. I like this. I like your sniper's positioning in the post fight here. I think your heavy is being a little bit greedy here, chasing this heavy on crate. So your heavy and engineer are playing very forward in this post fight here, like on the enemy crates, chasing one heavy pick. The problem is you guys have not located the bombers. The enemy team is always going to sack for your medic in the post fights if they can. That heavy crates can wait. Play farther back and look for the players who are either behind you or about to sack from in front. If you don't know where they are, you should assume they're in front. Okay, your sniper has like a deer in headlights moment. Did not run away from the enemy pyro. Why Phantom is going lower. Oh, is this gonna be some kind of pinch play? I mean, that's never gonna work. Your team is not supporting you, and also that bomb is just sort of awful. They're gonna see you coming from a mile away. You have to bomb over raid roof. Or jump under their bats and then go shutter if their flank's not alive. But bombing from lower just never works. Now I do like the fact that your heavy, demo, pirate, engineer all getting at the same time might make this work. This is good coordination here. It just if all these players could get in when your soldier's bombing, this would be better. Okay, your heavy is not paying attention to the roof here. So for your heavy, if your demo's walking next to you, that means nobody's controlling roof. So you gotta look up more. Don't look at the enemy shutter so much unless it's called that there's low players already there. If you start shooting their shutter, and you're not looking at roof, you're just gonna evaporate. Okay, your spy runs out of cloak and goes for a desperate play. It happens.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Okay, it is time to set. Okay. You guys understand the sack, but I'm still seeing a situation where your shutter is opening just to set. Your shutter players are just 1 or 2 seconds too slow, and if you open shutter first and start shooting and then bomb immediately, it's going to be a little bit better. Your heavy and shutter is going to take a lot of damage, and your sniper might lose the SVS, but they're all going to be looking at shutter, so you will bomb off. But so your demo and soldier don't need to change their timing. Your heavy just needs to peak like 1 second earlier if possible.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
So if like your sackers say, okay, we're healthy, then your heavy can call when he's peaking and just be ready to go as soon as he calls he's peaking.
The control point is being captured.
Okay. That was good from your heavy looking at roof when you know they're gonna sack. Okay, good work from your spy and scout pinching all those players who are lit on the stairs. Phantom, so here I wouldn't be looking to play so deep in the ramp. I would probably play on their barrel, like the barrel above shutter. That way you have more flexibility to deny, like if they open shutter to swing for your medic, or if they sack off bats, you can do a lot more damage. Mainly the fact that your team has big ad and your spy is dead, so your team could really use some comms and some extra damage to deny those sackers. Yeah, if the enemy team is sacking, most teams don't send players ramp for sacks. And also your medic should not really be peeking the ramp sightline during anti-sack. Like your medic should not really be playing where he or she is. Your medic should be playing more towards shutter. So ramp's not really during anti-sack. If you encounter a team that does play their sniper ramp constantly, then you can change your gameplay a little bit, but you shouldn't assume that's how it's going to be played. You guys do get forced. You get some kills for it. You kill the sackers, though. Demo's trapping vents. Okay. So another thing. If you kill the sackers, their team's not healthy, you guys could establish more pressure on their vents, and maybe Phantom, for example, where your demo has stickies right now, you could be standing there, peek the corner, and kill their teleporter. If they start shooting you, you just jump away, but if you kill the teleporter, it's going to really slow down their push. Okay, now that your team has ad, playing in ramp, it makes a lot more sense, and also your spy is available to like call shutter for you. Now what I would be considering is, once your spy's in position, if your spy calls that their team is bombable, get ready to high bomb off or onto their bath. Right now, if I was your spy, okay, perfect. Okay, so you do lose players, but you get the med. That was a great play. The only reason you're losing the round is because you're down on time. If you guys do that play when you have a minute on the clock, you'll actually win the round. So make sure to keep that play in your back pocket. Okay, rollout's reasonably speedy. No single deading, please. No single deading. Am I hallucinating? Where the fuck did your demo? Yeah, we're gonna watch that back and then we're gonna blame people. Okay. So there is a serious disconnect of players who are low health and think that means they need to stay in cheddar. That is incorrect. You guys need to die on point. Especially if you know that your soldier's going to be bombing aggressively. Phantom, if your team is like consistently like, baiting the fight like that, you need to not bomb their cheddar. You need to start bombing their bats instead. Make them chase you a little bit. Because right now you're playing fast and your combo is playing very slow and it's just nobody's getting anything done.
The control point is being captured.
Okay, that actually makes them even worse. Not Phantom, that's actually good from you. That was good. The fact that your is baiting and shutter is really bad because your soldier is actually going slow to complement that, and you guys are not like pushing out. Just all these low health players in shutter are exacerbating the problem by staying there and just eating the same sticky spam. You guys gotta get out. Also, if you're playing against a really aggressive team, your engineer may not have time to be setting up like on bats. Your engineer may need to roll out shutter and just plop down a mini and play second scout, like play sixes engineer. It sounds weird, but you need the extra damage. Like all of your players should be all in for the enemy demo.
3, 2, 1. Control point enabled. Alert. The control point is being alert. The control point is being captured. Alert.
Okay, there seems to be a little bit of a miscommunication here. I'm seeing half your combo drop down, half your combo stay on bats. There's players behind you and there's players in front. Realistically, whoever's main calling gets the pick. Whether you're killing the players behind or in front, you can't split up. Like your pyre was standing on bats after your demo and medic have dropped down. And now that your pyro and scout are dead, your medic and demo are still sitting crates, and you guys are gonna die if you stay here for even 1 second longer.
The control point is being contested.
Your demo just feeds basically, and your medic is just like caught in a terrible situation there. For your demo really needs to try and minimize that sort of situation where if you're down players, you need to get off the low ground immediately. Try and save your med by running out. Like that, playing low ground crates with no scout next to you is like borderline AFK on demo. Like you can't do that. You're basically praying that if you play low ground demo with no scout, you are hoping the enemy team does not notice you. Great sniper pick. Now you guys can peek shutter and ramp for free. Let's get some aggression going. A little bit of a problem with your sack here is your heavy sort of hesitated on peeking shutter and nobody called the soldier vents. You guys should be able to hear that soldier's on vents, and your heavy needs to swing that guy if you can, because that soldier should die immediately to your heavy, and then your sniper can peek behind. Also, the fact that the enemy sniper is dead really leaves your ramp wide open. I think sending your sniper ramp in that situation makes a lot of sense. I think your engineer is playing bats so much that you're never peeking ramp, and it's just you need to have some ramp pressure at some point. If you play bats all game, the enemy team will just adapt. You'll never push. Perfect. So they just fed their scout and spy. This is, again, another situation where ramp is going to be wide open. Their sniper might try and take the SVS, but you can just flood players over roof right now. Okay, your scout got the memo, kills the soldier for free. Your combo things, take the Uber. Taking the Uber here, this Uber is borderline trolling. Like, you are using on your on your side of the map when they have no sniper, no soldier to bomb, and no heavy to deny you peeking shutter. This is crazy. You should be milking until you are like almost in their faces. And also, I don't know whether your pyro or your medic are the ones who are calling this Uber right here, but there is no universe in which your pyro should be even getting a flash here. Your scout should be receiving like 90% of this Uber. Your demo leads the damage, and then your scout cleans up. Your pyro does not need to be involved, because their team does not need to be denied. And the only time you Uber your pyro is if you're trying to stuff a better Uber.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Okay, the situation that I've been like roasting you for, your team for, is it works out in the end because they were already down players, but that should have been a wipe. Like, Uber, not much. Okay, fairly good deny. You got mini on point. Your heavy is shooting the roof. Demo's trapping shutter. That's all. Their pyro is doing some weird shit. This pyro is okay. Good. Your pyro turns around and kills that guy with your soldier. Perfect. Okay. Get your demo to trap shutter faster if you can. Also, nobody's looking at ramp, so I would have your engineers get out of the enemy shutter and look at ramp. If your engineer is going to play forward, be forward in a useful way. Phantom, I don't know what you're bombing at the moment. This doesn't seem like a good time. Like, next time, just preserve your health a little bit longer. And if your team wants to take an aggressive play, like, now would be a good time to go use Uber in their shutter. But the problem is now Phantom's too low and not available. So then just preserve your health a bit longer and then do that collapse. Like, bomb their bats and you use Uber shutter, they wipe. It's almost guaranteed. Okay, now you're healthy. You have Uber ad. You could do that plan right now. Okay, at this point you're down a player. So you have no, your flank's too fast. Now you need to play. You need to play for the exchange. Where is your scout? Am I crazy? Okay, back up ramp. Like your scout is way too passive there, and your scout should be playing more towards the beam, like playing on roof and then taking the exchange here. Oh no. I don't know who's like main calling the exchanges. I presume your demo, but your medic needs to not drop all your players. Like, your main caller is not necessarily responsible for Uber exchanges. Whoever, just save your players. You don't need a call for that. If if you know that the enemy team is like swinging off of vents and they're pressuring you and they're peeking shutter and you can't go anywhere, just use. Just say, okay, we're using, and call whether your Uber is good or bad halfway through, and then leave based on that decision. or stay if your flank is available to make the Uber good. Dropping all your players and then sending in Phantom for a solo at the end makes zero sense. They forced to probably the dumbest shit I've ever sorry, let me rephrase that in a better way. They forced for no reason. Their medic just popped at full health. Okay, Uber exchange fast through Shutter. I would love to see it. I don't. Okay, if you're heavy, I think I mentioned this earlier. Stop staring at Shutter unless you know there's kills you can get there. It's rarely going to be the case. As soon as there's players behind, look behind, and also look at roof if there's players called on roof. Those are your easy kills. You are like this scout, engineer, and the spy. Those are all easy kills for you. Stop staring at Shutter.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Okay, Pyre can't be feeding here. You're not, as a Pyre, you're not gonna be able to get that. You're not gonna be able to get cap time by yourself. Just preserve your life there. Being available to spy check for the repush is gonna be more important than getting any cap time there. Okay. So you're sending your soldier room because your spy's available. Your engineer's sweeping vents. That's fine. Going lower afterwards, Phantom, is not okay. Just go back to bats and get your get your arrows. I mean. Also, I gotta say, your sniper's playing in ramp, I just saw, which is really good, but where is your engineer? Your engineer needs to be glued to that guy. Glued to your sniper in ramp if he's there. Even if the spy is dead, you cannot leave your sniper alone. There will all be... If you're playing any competent team, they send somebody to chase your sniper down. Okay, so they have no pyro, and their ramp player just died. This is a beautiful opportunity to establish a forward hold. Like, you could get your sniper in their Shutter, and you could put an aggressive mini sort of on point right here, and actually like establish pressure on their vents with your scout. And your demo has the right idea here, I feel. Okay, you get like your medic pyro playing anti-sac, which I understand why you're doing that, but they were down players, so the better move is to establish a forward hold so that they can't do the sack in the first place. Okay, again, your sniper has a little bit of a blind spot here. Like, that soldier, I'm sure, was called, like, soldier wrapping lower, or it's like soldiers like gonna sack or something. Your sniper needs to like unscope and back away from that. Also, surely your sniper sees that there's players everywhere, and he has no chance of living if he stays. So don't do that again.
The control point is being captured.
Okay, your scout goes deep for the sniper. That's a good choice. Now you're almost in a little bit of a predicament here. I'm gonna recommend. I think you're probably gonna try and milk this all the way and then use this stall point. You could also leave. Choice is fine here. Personally, I would go for an Uber change on point. I think you could have your pyro jump into their team, like go really aggressive, and then have your demo like use stickies to lock them off. Okay, so you took the Uber, but there's not enough aggression. Your demo is not chasing, and your pyro's not like debt jumping into them. If you're gonna take those kind of Ubers, you gotta go fast and deep.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Okay, great sniper pick. That was a great heads-up play from your scout there to like swing the heavy on crates. That if you do that in a coordinated fashion, that's a great play. Okay, so the actual low ground push itself, where your scout, medic, pyro like all swung low ground and killed that heavy really fast, that is the only good way to do a low ground push. If you guys are going to drop down, do that. The second stage of the fight was a little bit messy. Your heavy is looking backwards when you already have your flank covering that for you. Your heavy needs to be looking at roof more. And also Phantom, if you can, get on their vents faster, because that sniper was there for a long time protected. Where is, okay. This is a very minor criticism because you guys are like winning by a huge amount. Your engineer should not be in their shutter for any reason. Mini sentry on point, that way there's no chance they can repush. Don't even give them hope. Okay, your bomb goes well. You guys are, your whole combo is very hesitant about to walk up. Like your heavy, demo, pyro, and medic need to walk out of shutter more. You guys are healthy a majority of the time, and because you're not walking is the reason you are becoming unhealthy afterwards. Good deny of the bomb. Okay, do lose your med to the secondary again, so that's unfortunate, but the end of the world.
I got it!
As long as somebody goes back to meet your med, you're gonna be fine. Okay, good. Okay, their med drops down crates and gets collapsed on. That's pretty typical. They shouldn't be doing that. You guys did a good job punishing that. For your demo, less hiding in ramp when your med's dead. You either need to like go forward and like trap something or spam over roof, or you need to go play in shutter and get your crit heals faster. Sitting in ramp with a dispenser is just a great way to die at a bad time. The collapse on low ground was beautiful. Keep doing that. Where is here? Your pyro cannot be chasing lower like that. That's like something terrible is gonna happen to your medic if you play like that. Just let your scout and soldier and engineer pinch that instead. You can't roam. Okay, at this point, you guys should have some comms on their soldier is bats. That's important to know because if their soldier's not ramp, that usually means the soldier is going to bomb you. In which case you need to be playing anti-sac in your shut. Yeah. This is... So I saw some players like your engineer who were playing on crates here. If you see their soldier is bats, if anybody sees that, you gotta call that. And also, if your spy's dead and you have Uberad, you should just play anti-sac default. Like, there's no reason to be playing hiding dispenser when you have no comms. If you have no comms and you want to play passive, just leave all the way. Okay, Phantom with a nice little +2 there, good work.
Alert. The control
Alright,
point is
keep cool redoers, but you have a heavy pick, so what I would do with a heavy pick is use that heavy pick to send your demo vents at the same time your heavy opens shutter. And your sniper can swing ramp with your engineer. That heavy pick actually opens up a lot of real estate. Your pyro and scout can drop off of vents and start pressuring this demo right away because there's no heavy to deny them. Just make sure, as long as your demo swings when your scout drops, this is going to be huge. Okay, your scout. Have your scout thrown in prison immediately. He's jumping on roof when there's no heavy and your demo's all ready to push. Like, I don't know what the comms were like in that situation, but that just made no sense. Okay, I like to see the Phantom during this dry fight with no heavy. Your Phantom did go behind. That's good. It's just nobody else is doing anything, so that your soldiers die because nobody's helping. And then your scout again is like jumping on roof. Nobody's spy checking shutter. So like your pyro needs to be looking backwards for the spy, your heavy needs to be looking at roof, and everybody else in your team needs to be looking at their toxic and shooting them. There's players who are not getting in when there's opportunities. Okay, you lose your demo late. It's unfortunate. You could still sack without your demo if you get players ramp. Okay. Your heavy should never stand on the stairs here because you're not denying anything and you are just going to eat damage. Keep an eye on the shutter. If you're waiting for crit heals, stand above the stairs on the teleporter spot to get your crit heals and then drop down. Don't ever put yourself in a spot where you're doing nothing and you're like in the way. Like nobody's watching shutter and you're just taking damage.
The control point is being contested.
I assume the comms here are fairly messy because there's no way that this one health heavy is not being shot by your sniper and shutter. Like that's a free kill.
That was getting heavy. Thanks, Doc.
get time for the exchange. Your scout is for the exchange. This is fine from your scout. Your soldier's taking ramp. Alright, everybody looks fairly ready here. Your engineer is cresting for the spy. That's good. So this is going to vary depending on what team you're playing against, but generally speaking, your engineer doesn't need to crust below bats very much because most spies are going to be playing ramp. This spy on the enemy team, I've literally seen him go below bats maybe once this whole demo. That's going to be fairly typical. And if the enemy spy does start going below bats, that's mostly going to be your pyro's job to deal with that. It's more important that your engineer's glued to your screen. Okay, the post fight there was promising at the start. Like, your flank is swinging and fighting. It's just nobody's getting on the sniper, so that's not gonna work out. You had the right idea though.
We did it, mate.
Thanks, Doc.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Okay, your heavy. Okay, so heavy soldier cannot be peeking during downtime like this. They cannot be dying like this. You guys need to be waiting for your. You have one chance at a solid push. If you die here, ruining pushes. Okay, if you.
Mission ends in 10
Okay,
seconds.
so I'm gonna rewind because I want to see that actually.
The control point is being captured.
Maybe rewound slightly too far.
Thanks, Doc.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Okay, you're properly caught. That makes sense. No, that feeding there is fine. Your heavy can't peek shutter and like ruin his crit heals. Also, it's compounding the problem. You guys preserve. He needs to like preserve his crit heals for the next push.
Not original.
Mission ends in 10 seconds.
Okay, your demo has a coordination problem with this heavy. You're throwing pipes at roots that are sticky, so you're not doing any damage, and then you're swinging the heavy, but nobody is swinging crates with you. You always have to swing the heavy on crates with a hit scan class. That way, even if you die, their heavy dies in return. You can't ever peek that heavy by yourself as a demo.
Brains! Man, I would kill for some brains here.
I got time for like maybe 1 or 2 more rounds.
5, 4,
This is the same team. Let's go to the other one actually.
5, 4,
Looking for different mistakes.
2, 1.
Let's get him.
Okay, roll out really fast. Okay. Quite a bit of single deading going on. Stop doing that if you can. Try and focus more on like putting down stickies that actually control their heavy's movement. That's gonna be your biggest source of free damage in mid fights.
Alert! The control point is being captured.
You don't really need to worry so much about damaging the enemy demo and the enemy pyro as controlling their hit scan classes and their medic if you can.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Great punishment of those overextended players on your teleporter. They're gonna have very poor control over your ramp now that their flank is half dead. So send your sniper ramp with some protection and start swinging. Like, don't swing, like don't peek the sightline right away, but definitely have players there, Uber exchange, and then have your players peek post. It's gonna be really good. Your sniper can be taking the SVS like that when you guys have Uber ad. You guys get the exchange, then peek something. Don't know why. Also, I don't know why your demo and scout are hesitating when you guys have ad and you were 9 up. Then what? Why? What? 3 of you just drop down and fed into a heavy and no pop? I don't know what the comms were like, but somebody needs to like go to jail for that for sure. Then your heavy just dies as like, that's not even your heavy's fault. He just has no support. You guys, like, his team evaporated around him and he can't run away fast enough. Okay. So, really good punishment of the overextending players in Shudder. Definitely keep looking for those players who are aggressive in your Shudder and on your teleporter if you guys keep getting those, like, gifting you opportunities to push. Okay, the Uber exchange itself was really solid. You guys, your demo and heavy, or your scout and demo swung the crates and pressured them really well. Just all of the players, like your engineer and heavy, who are not involved in the Uber itself, need to be a little more patient and spend some time spy checking. You guys can't be dying to that while you're waiting for the push to occur. And a big part of that is that it seemed like a lot of your players were sort of playing like low ground and behind the Uber and Shudder. So the enemy team did not have to like focus like multiple areas at once. Sending some players ramp or waiting on vents would be really good. Give your scout a raise. This guy understands the value of getting overextended picks.
Tested.
Phantom, I don't know why you were jumping on their bats. There's not much reason to be doing that during this downtime. Okay, I don't know. Okay, your demo and scout, whoever was calling that push into Shudder, great work. Those, like, making sure to deny their Shudder well and killing those overextended players, perfect. Oh my goodness. I don't think your Meg's insurance is going to cover that.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Alright, clips aside, let's see. You guys get that early kill on Shudder. Okay, they're sacking. Your sniper and heavy. Oh, I see what's going on here. So your heavy's too forward. Your heavy should not be peeking past the enemy crates. And also your engineer needs to put the mini sentry in a better spot to deny bombs. It's too close to the corner, so it doesn't look up enough. You need to put it farther back in Toxic, or you need to put it more wide where your sniper's standing. Where is your... Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense now. Your heavy is trying to hide in their secret or some shit. That makes less than 0 sense. If your heavy just plays normally here, like plays either on crates and shoots shutter, or plays anti-sac on toxic and shoots the roof, either of those would work. Either is fine. Whole disaster with your med would not have happened. Nothing your Domo can do there. He's dead anyways. Okay, kill the overextended players. Your spy picks up a little med pick on the backline. Nice. Your be hiding in secret. That's to be expected. Okay, your spy gets another beautiful entry pick. Okay, lose your scout, but you get the mo pick. This push has been gifted to you. Okay, your engineer is here, so use your engineer as your replacement scout, and I would start swinging immediately. Just everybody swing off of bats. If you know the soldier's here, try and kill him. If you don't, make sure you're looking to see if he's there. Oh my. The lack of urgency is killing you guys. You're just sitting on vents waiting to be stabbed. They're down half their combo and you're not swinging. That's gotta... And if you are waiting for something, let's say maybe you don't understand the situation and your comms are bad, there's still no reason to be peeking vents like that when you could just be sitting on the stairs, spy checking yourselves and staying alive. At least that'd be better than like peeking vents and dying. Your scout and engineer are doing a great job cleaning up those extended players. Okay, so right here, I assume this is a miscommunication. Your scout is playing well and aggressively, and they're down half their team, so he wants to be in. Your medic needs to get that beam on that guy and go in. Let your scout, in this kind of situation where they have no team, let your scout be a main caller and get in. I understand why your medic's hesitating, but that's incorrect. Like, you can't be waiting here. You guys should already have the point cap at this point. This push out of shutter that just occurred like 3 seconds ago, that could have occurred 10 seconds ago with your scout. The mini sentry is in a slightly better spot, but even wider would be good. More wide, sort of behind where your pirate's standing if you can. Your medic needs to stop giving all the Uber to your pyro. Your demo could have really used a flash there. Your pyro is reasonably healthy. More involved, he can start trapping the shutter out early. Because you're not get a flash, all these players are peeking for free. Okay. Good collapse call there, whoever was calling that. What is your scout doing? This is like the... Okay, that whole fight down there, that was the most like nonsensical MGE brain thing I've ever seen. Don't chase picks lower unless your team is actually like buffed and ready to fight with you. There is no singular pick in lower that is worth committing that many players during downtime. Alright, the collapse play there at the end, where you guys were all in over the roof and like getting in was good. It's just their heavy had good positioning on crates. There's nothing you could do about that. Your demo could spam crates a bit more and try and kill that guy, and then everybody else looks roof. You guys haven't really been playing against heavies that play crates, so your demo's gonna need to adjust to that. Enemy heavy doesn't play like that in your match.
Much obliged.
So Phantom, if you're available in that situation where there's a lot of players in the enemy team playing crates, you jump over the other roof instead and start shooting down their heads. You don't necessarily need to bomb ramp if there's players. If there's kills available crates as well. What the? Alright, well, there's a button that removes somebody from your roster. That play has been experimented with in UGC Silver for decades, and it does not work. Bro, same. You are on camera and you are playing badly. No hiding in lower. As engineer, never, ever. That only works against players who were terrible. Okay, your scout's clearing ramp. Good. You guys are healthy for a sack. Alright, let's see it. Really solid attempt. You do get the force off in the end. It's great. They establish a forward hold off the back of that, but this is actually a bad forward hold. They don't have their demo or fire with them. You understand perfectly.
The control point is being captured.
Okay. No, I have no criticism for that push. You guys, your medic recognized that he or she needed to run away from the players behind. Everybody walked forward. Perfect. Good catching the spy. Okay, this is the sort of experimentation I like to see. You guys are actually establishing a ramp hold. Now, what I don't understand is why you have rotated all of your hit scan ramp and left your demo alone in shutter. This cannot be occurring. You need to leave some hit scan with your demo at all times. Usually that's going to be your scout. I'm not a huge fan of your heavy going deep in lobby here. This is, I think, is pretty bad because realistically, your medic won't be able to rotate in time to save him, and he's not doing enough here to justify like being here. If your sniper was playing behind your heavy and like looking for picks in lobby, this would be a very different story. But that is a very aggressive, like sort of top invite level play style. Your heavy should not play here by himself. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, you get forced, most of the sackers die, it's okay. Their sniper makes a lucky escape. Your scout makes a wise decision and lives. Your heavy and sniper are way too aggressive here. So know that your med died. You need to understand that you're probably going to be prepping for a sack. You can't be peeking shutter early and ruining your crit heals. You cannot be giving away your position either. You got 3 picks, but you would have gotten you would have doubled your picks if your heavy and sniper had not peeked, I feel. Because that extra pressure from shutter would have been game changing. Your scout dies there. There's nothing wrong with your scout dying there. It's just the risk you take playing forward looking for picks is sometimes you get picked in return. Okay, get ready for the exchange. I'd really like to see a sniper and engineer ramp. Like, you guys have not been post-fighting ramp at all. That could be game-changing for you. Okay. So I'm looking at this push and I'm seeing the ingredients. Like, I'm seeing that you got your scouts swinging the heavy crates, and you got your players peeking. You got Phantom going behind, your spies decloaking. But the timing needs to change. You guys had Uber when Phantom bombed behind. That was the time to do that. Was to exchange. If you wait until Phantom is already like 70 health and not able to help you, this exchange is much worse. And also, if your demo is healthy, pop on your scout and focus the heavy. Get the heavy as low as possible. Make them use fast. Because most teams will use to save their heavy, and that's good for you. It means you're going to have a better Uber. Okay, nobody is spy checking the bush spot. It's a very obvious decloak spot. You guys are playing aggressively, but nobody's actually like looking behind. It's not really your engineer's job to be on roof here. For example, that is one player that could be on point spy checking. If you guys are forward holding, like Phantom should be on vents, and your engineer should either be passive or on vents as well. Like, you guys should be looking for the collapse. Being forward without spy checking or pressuring vents properly is not helpful. Yeah, if your demo is going to play that aggressively, that has to be called, and you guys have to play around him immediately. There's no universe in which your demo can play by himself. Spy dies going for something. Your heavy tries to die for triple pick, your scout tries to die for roof control. This is all very understandable. Okay, and you guys do a sack to try and get the med, doesn't work out. So one thing to change here is, if your demo is main calling and he wants to stall the cap by picking their med, try and communicate that to your players so that your scout and heavy and like your engineer and stuff do not go for hero plays. They play passively and then collapse with you, because that your bombers went in and there was no hit scan. Tell your hit scan you're gonna stall for point, and like tell them to wait.
In 30 seconds. Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3,
All right. Nothing really to do there. You sent your heavy ramp, but there was no. You didn't send your sniper there, and they're too well. You don't have time to break the holds. I gotta end it here because I got my own review and stuff to do. You guys got any questions? Okay, sounds good. Yeah. The main thing is whenever they're down any of their flank players, your ramp is going to open up a lot. You should tell your engineer to come with you ramp, like basically order him to follow you around and play there for post fights. Also, same situation in sacks. If they're down a flank player and your team, like, you know you're gonna sack because you have Ruber Disad, rotate there prematurely with your engineer, and then your heavy can open shutter while you peek ramp and your demo and soldier bomb, and your chances of getting something are much higher. Because I noticed sometimes that you would peek behind your combo rather than at a complementary angle. Yeah. And then also, if you have ad, for example, you could play on, again, just order your engineer to follow you bats and play on bats and try and, like, shut down their sack. Because if any of them jump off bats, that's pretty much a free shot for you. Anybody else? Tell them they will be stuck in AM for eternity unless they do. Alright, well, you guys have a good night. Good luck.